Are our problems caused by nature?
Thank you.
All
right. You see, nature as it is, we cannot separate ourselves from nature.
Okay.
So, if you say nature caused our problem or is the one responsible for our woes,
okay,
I'm going to say that yes and no.
All right.
Because nature has its own destructive forces.
Okay.
Whether you like it or not, nature has its own destructive forces.
All right.
Things like tsunami,
okay,
earthquake,
all right,
and all of that. They are all forces that disturb nature.
Okay.
And disturb us as well. So, and no, because most of the problems we cause it ourselves.
Okay.
So, once you are born, the very law and order, the very law and order that was used in making you, you have to understand this law and order.
Okay.
You see, everything in this universe is established on a certain foundations, certain fundamentals.
Okay.
So once these fundamentals are weak, you are weak. So if you are in this life, you don't know yourself.
Right.
You don't. You let's just assume that okay, you sleep, you wake up the next morning, and you started doing unnecessary things. How many of us today that if you say okay, we wake up from bed, we are conscious of what we do from morning till evening. We are not trying to be conscious.
Okay.
So by doing that, we attract a whole lot of problems.
Okay.
So most of the things that are happening to us today caused by ourselves. So it is not like we are not aware of what is happening to us or the problems that are befalling us. It isn't that we don't know. We know.
Okay.
But just that we want to remain in the dark. We don't want to be conscious of ourselves.
Yeah.
So because of some of these attitude or behaviors, that lifestyle that we are living is causing a whole lot of problems.
Okay.
And if we say problems, it can be physical problem, it can be mental problem, it can be spiritual, it can be material problem, emotional, and all of that. They are all problems. So, and all of this, mind you, once you were born as a child, you were born in a very good order.
All right.
Why is it that if you reach a certain age, then problems begin to fall?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a question.
Yes, because the various law and order that was used in making us, we turn our back against them.
Wow.
You understand? So most of the problems that we are facing today, we cause it ourselves.
Okay. You made mention that I'll still come back to the question, but I want to ask a question from the explanation that you gave, that we are the cause of our problem. So can we also say that some of our problems are caused by people who are closer to us? Are they responsible for our problems?
Yes. You see, people close to you can give you problem, can give you sleepless nights.
Wow.
Even your children, they can give you problems.
Okay.
Your wife, your husband, they can give you sleepless nights.
All right.
Your workplace, your spiritual center, everywhere can give you a problem. So we just have to be conscious on our own. Okay. Once you are conscious, you'll be able to break through whatever barrier falls before you.
So then, how can we avoid having problems?
You see, it's a very big issue.
All right.
How can we avoid having problems?
Yeah.
Our forefathers laid down various tools that we can use in terms of these challenges.
Okay.
So, example, looking at what we call a fa.
All right.
Looking at what we call a fa.
Okay.
The word a fa is a system that will make you have peace of mind.
All right.
So the word a fa means something that is
Calm.
with no problem.
All right.
That is calm,
Okay.
like a candle in a windless room.
All right.
So, you know, somebody who is free from every problem is called a fa. So our forefathers put down a fa system for us to be able to understand the laws and mechanism of nature. Once we understand the laws and mechanism of nature, once we understand these creative laws, it means that where you are, your own inner laws that was used to make you. Do you know it? Do you have contact with them? No. Well, how are you using them if you know it? So once you don't know them, you are lost. If problems are coming, you wouldn't even know how to handle or solve them. So Efa is a system that our ancient fathers set for us to be able to use and make a breakthrough. So once you have a knowledge under Efa, or you know about Efa, it means that Efa will indicate or tell you your various energies, the law that was used to form you. So once you know this law, you know how to play with it. You know, the question you ask is a very big question. So for somebody to have a very peaceful mind, to have to be able to be free from disease, to be able to be free from most or all of their life problem, all of this. So it means that at the end of the day, we have to come back to our roots. All of us, the Africans, those home and those in the diaspora, all of us, we must, it's a must. We must come back. We have to come back to our roots. We must. So coming back to our roots and realizing that we have a fund that can solve every problem. Every problem that we have, a fund is there to solve it. A fund can be able to tell you your past, your present, and your future. A fund can be able to tell you the circumstances of your birth. How you came into this life. A fund is there to tell you and even show you the way. That is why we call it Ponli. But the word Ponli is every word, meaning Po is to see. The word Li is path. So see your path. So a fund will give you your creative energy and then direct you that this is where you have to pass for you to have freedom in this universe. So we all must come back to Efa and understand Efa. Efa is not voodoo. It's a wisdom. It's a knowledge system that the whole universe came from. You cannot mention the whole universe without mentioning Efa. If you take Efa away, the whole universe will vanish. Because the whole universe came out of Efa. There is no system anywhere that talk about the whole of life and the whole of nature or the whole universe, both material world and the spiritual world than Efa. Efa is responsible for all of that.
Since we are learning something about how to solve our problems. Let me ask this question. Why are there many health problems these days?
Health problems? Well, you see, those days, our forefathers, you see them living 100 and something
years.
And they were very strong. Today, our lifestyle, the food we are eating, we are copying things that are not in our nature, things that are not in our world. We are copying such things and we are practicing them, and we are even trying to perfect these things than the people who are introducing it to us. So these diseases, where are they coming from? Our lifestyles, our drinking, our seeing. You see, our forefathers used to say that what you see is problem. Can bring you good and can bring you death. It means that whatever you see, you can get a good thing out of it, or you can inherit a very bad energy out of it. What you hear, what enter into your ears can create problem or can give you good energy.
How?
Whatever you say You can get life, you can get death out of it.
Okay.
Whatever you eat, whatever you smell.
Okay.
So it means that, man, these our senses, you have to control them very well. So whatever you see, let me tell you, it's not everything in this life that you can see with your eyes.
All right.
This, go to heaven and come down.
Okay.
If you disagree with this, if you turn your back against this, your ancient knowledge, then you are lost forever.
All right.
Let me tell you, it's not everything that you see. There are things that are not on your only. If I hope you know what I'm talking about.
Path.
There are things that are not on your path.
Yeah.
So if I say this is not just a fan. This is what the instrument we use for divination.
Okay.
To yes. So everything that we are attracting,
okay,
we get them through our sight,
okay,
our hearing,
okay,
our smelling,
okay,
our eating,
okay,
our touching.
all right.
You understand?
Yeah.
These are the senses that we get problem through.
Okay.
There is no problem that you are going to get that will not come through these senses that I have just mentioned.
Yeah.
So any disease that you have today is either through food, through smell. You smell in something, you sneeze in something, you listen to something, you saw something. These are what cause problems in the system.
Okay. Let me ask this question. How effective are traditional spiritual practices in handling problems?
In our own perspective,
okay,
in African way,
all right,
how effective
yeah,
traditional spiritual practices in handling our problem? How effective are they? Okay. How effective are our traditional system in handling our problem?
Yeah.
How effective are they? Very good, very, very, very effective. Very, very, very effective.
Wow.
Okay. If today you realize that things are not good for you,
okay,
if you realize that if you pick stone will fall. If you take a rope will tear. Whatever you touch, you are not succeeding.
okay,
Marriage problem, work problem, health problem, financial, childbirth, whatever problem we have.
okay,
You see, the system that can effectively solve these challenges are the African spiritual
practices
system.
Okay.
So now, the African child is born with law and order of nature.
Okay.
And this law and order that you were born with, you need to have it. You need to know it.
Okay.
And here is the case, we don't know it. And you are struggling.
Okay.
You are catch up in serious problem.
Okay.
So how can you solve these things?
Yeah.
Coming back. You have to come back to the system. Because, see, we'll be talking about ancestral connection. How you can connect to your ancestors for you to get a benefit out of it.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you came into a family. And that family, mind you, excuse my language, if you die and you are coming back into this life, you will come back into your family. You will not come into my family.
How?
Do you know that people of African origin who were born and
blooded,
yes, some of them wish they were born in Europe.
It's true.
They were born in America.
A lot. Especially
please,
the youth today.
It was never a mistake for you to be a child of Africa. It was never a mistake.
Okay.
It was the best thing that can ever happen to you in this life.
Wow.
Is you are an African.
Okay.
So, the system that you can use to solve your problem is the African spiritual system, because that is what you were born with.
And what is the African spiritual system?
See, African spiritual system is knowledge, is wisdom,
Okay.
is understanding how the creative energies of nature work. You understand?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. There is this thing that you guys have been calling voodoo, that everybody is afraid of.
Okay.
What is voodoo and what is the meaning of, last time I was telling you.
Yeah.
The word voodoo is, the word voodoo is every word.
Yeah.
Meaning, vo is to be free.
Okay.
Do is a state or country. You see, the whole of you are state on your own. So I can call you do.
Okay.
You are state on your own.
Okay.
So if you are talking about voodoo, it means that the state should be free,
Okay.
or a free country. You understand?
Yeah.
So these energies, because they help solve problems,
Okay.
they help free a whole nation.
Okay.
Or let's assume, if you say your head is paining you,
Yeah.
and you gather some herbs,
Yeah.
and you apply it,
Yeah.
and the headache is gone. Are you free?
You're free.
You are free.
Yeah.
So the act
Upon which you got it cured.
you got the cure is voodoo.
Okay.
You have freed yourself from the ailment,
Okay.
from the heart problem,
All right.
from the eye problem,
Okay.
from the kidney, the lung, whatever problem you are facing.
Okay.
Once you use this herb and this herb,
Okay.
you boil it or you put it together, you squeeze it, you do whatever you use to clean your body, whatever you used to do with it, and it heal you. You get healed.
Yeah.
It's what? It's voodoo. It means that the sickness is no more. So you are free.
Okay.
And the word freeing yourself from problems is called voodoo.
Okay. Now, you are talking of voodoo, you are explaining voodoo, but all the explanation you are referring it to leaves, herbs, plants. But the one people are afraid of is the situation whereby you mold a statue, apply or pour blood on it, use that energy to hunt people. That is what they are afraid of. That is what they thought it is voodoo.
We will come back. We can handle that as a topic,
Okay.
so that I can dive into it and break it down. What is voodoo? That thing that we have.
The deity.
I will get, I don't know, you call it deity. Yeah. I don't call it deity.
Okay.
So I am calling it voodoo because it can solve problems for me. So if you want your problem to be solved, you have to go the African way. So the question you ask, how effective is the African traditional system in handling our problems? So your creative energy, your creative in-laws.
Okay.
You see, everybody is on a certain rhythm.
Yeah.
And this rhythm, if you don't know your rhythm, and
you
divert or you drop from your rhythm, what is going to happen is the entire system. Sometimes you can go to hospital, medical science will tell you that they don't know what is wrong with you.
Yeah.
And it is true, they will never find it. You can be with them until you die, because the medical science, it's not developed to the level of Efa, to the wisdom of our forefathers.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So what medical science will tell you that there is nothing wrong with you medically. That is what they used to say.
Yeah.
But you come home, your father or your grandfather will see you and tell you have a problem. And that problem will be solved. You understand?
Okay.
So these things are happening.
Yeah.
They are always happening. So come back home. Get close to yourself. There is no way, once you were not born as an American or European,
You can never be.
there is no way you will be born as an American or European. You will always be born as a Ghanaian or Nigerian or Ewe or Akan or whatever.
Wow.
So we will talk about that later, the ancestral line, the reason why everybody must go and come and drop in your family line.
Okay.
But so what I'm trying to say is, our African spiritual system is very effective in solving every problem that you have, because the inner laws that you were born with. It is only the African system that can give you correct energy that can repair this system.
Okay.
So if you have any system, any problem within, fall on the system you have home.
Yeah.
The African spiritual system is the best tool, is the best system that can give you remedy to any solution or problem that you have.
Okay, let me ask this question. There are claims from some men of God that they can heal or they can solve problems through miracles. Is this claim like that our African spirituality also have these claims? Do you also have these claims in African spirituality that we can solve problems through miracles?
You see, there is nothing like miracle.
Wow.
There is nothing like a miracle. Nothing, absolutely nothing is called miracle in this life.
Why?
It's a word concocted by the white.
Okay.
We don't believe in miracle.
Okay.
See, I just told you that the whole of nature is a creative world with full of energy, creative energies.
Okay.
And these creative energies are playing with one another always.
Okay.
You understand? It's because you don't know what and what came together before something happened, and you're calling it miracle. They are creative energies that we know. We can see it like this because you're not able to see them today because you have fall on your rhythm. You are no more an African child.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Your mind is taken away. Your heart is taken away. Your mind, your brain, everything about you, it is only your structure, your physical look that is here.
Yeah.
But your African image, your African psyche, your mental, your spiritual state, everything is taken away.
Okay.
You are not yourself. Come back to yourself. Then you'll be able to see that things that are happening around you, they are not miracle. They must happen.
They exist.
They exist. These energies that are, these creative energies.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing. You see, you can bring two leaves together.
Yeah.
You can bring two leaves together and you join it like this.
Yeah.
It is going to create law and order. You understand?
Yeah.
It is going to create law and order.
Okay.
And this law and order, you can manipulate it, and how you want it to behave or misbehave, you can regulate it.
Wow.
So it's because we have come low from nature. That is why we are saying that miracle, miracle. Nothing like miracle. Anything that happens, there is a cause.
Okay.
And what is causing it? Because we are too low from the spiritual realm. We say it's a miracle. It is only a lazy, excuse my language, lazy-minded people who will say miracle, 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 miracle. It's not miracle. Be wise enough. Grow spiritually.
Okay.
Try to see what is happening. The law and order behind what is happening can be known. You can know it. You can get to know it. It's not something that you see. I'm looking into your face because you are pushing me to the wall.
I know. It's true. Is it a good practices to consult a spiritualist when you are in problems?
You see, take a look at this. Today, looking at the whole universe, we are down spiritually.
It's true.
So the few people who are trying their very best, they have to try and raise the other people. So if you are in a problem that your spiritual strength, you cannot solve it yourself. You need to get to somebody who you think has wisdom or more advanced in terms of the problem that you have to help you. So it is a good thing to get close to somebody who is higher than you spiritually for help. But it doesn't mean that you should not try to raise yourself because the problem you are solving, you are facing, can best be handled or be solved by yourself. You understand?
Yeah. I understand.
It can be best be solved or handled by yourself.
That's what
I can do my very best for you. But if you don't know and you don't understand your creative laws, the law and mechanism that was used to form you is very important to me.
Okay.
Today, African child, they don't know this again.
Okay.
So I am here to tell them, anybody who wants to know their creative law, you just come to me. I will let you know.
All right.
I will tell you why you are here, what you are here for. If you lived life here on this planet before, if this is your first time, second, third, or third time, you will know.
All right.
Why you are here. You have to know the energies that you have to play with.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because you as Sambo sitting down here, you have your energy that was you to form you. You also have two other energies. One on your right hand side, one on your left hand side. These two energies that in other world they call angels. These two energies, they can help you shape your destiny. They can help you shape and master and perfect your spiritual journey here on planet Earth. So you see, everybody here, we are here to grow spiritually. God is here wearing body in his own creation, trying to grow and one day go back to.
This question is far from the topic, but let me ask this question. You know, is sex against spirituality? Does it also cause problem in our life?
See, I'm going to tell you this today. And probably most people will be hearing it for the first time. That I said earlier that touching, you can get a good thing out of it, you can get a bad thing out of it. Seeing, hearing, eating, smelling. These senses that I have mentioned, you can get good or other way, opposite out of it. But you know, when you ask of touching, or what was your question? Sex. Touching. The very, should I say, I don't want to use that word. The best form of touching is through sex. You understand? If you are going to touch something and have spiritual, physical, whatever emotions, it is through sex. That is the deepest touch under the sun in terms of women and women contact. So if I touch you like this, it is not effective like
having sex.
You understand? So that is the highest point of touching. And that highest point of touching has consequences. And it has spiritual ramifications. It has spiritual energies that you can use to grow. It can also bring you down, because if you are overdoing it, you have issues with your creative energy. If you're overdoing it, do you know that the creative energies, excuse me, the sperm, do you know where it comes from?
No.
So these things in our wisdom, in a fan system, the mind, the human mind feed on these things. So once you are throwing it away, it will reach a time you cannot be able to memorize things the way you used to. If you begin forgetting things very quick, very easily, then you have to reduce your
sexual life.
Let
me ask this man. All this of late topic is not included, but I have to ask.
They are all topic on their own.
So let me just ask. You were saying that throwing it away. These days, you know, as we said, that we are modifying stuffs through technology. Now we've come out with something we call condom, and a lot of people are fond of using this thing, throwing their sperms away. Is it offense in African spirituality?
Aba ho shivinyo lo, oye kushinglo babyo. Aho shivinyo nama, oye kushinglo babyo. You see? We have to be careful. There are a whole lot of things we need to know. And once we know these things, we are going to be free from any problem. So we will have it as a full topic.
Okay. But I want you to brush it so that we prepare fully topic. But I have a lot of questions asking about this thing, but it won't be today. But I want you to give a brief explanation on these topics because that is what is affecting us. It is true that the answer you give. That is why I have to.
I said earlier that when it comes to the various senses that I mentioned, touching is one of them.
Yeah.
And when you are under touching, sex is the highest point of touching.
Okay.
And since it is the highest, you see, we have spiritual code for sex, for highest touching. And it is a whole system on its own. See, all the touching, all the senses that I mentioned, they all have their various
way of using them.
No, it's a whole faculty. It's a whole system for each of them. So the sex they are talking about, having sex, you wearing condom, it is not the best. It's not the best. Our forefathers didn't use condom. They never give that solution to us. So if you're using condom and there is negative effect when you're using condom. So spiritually, you can have that highest contact for spiritual growth. And overdoing it can also let you down.
Okay, this is going to be my final question because it seems the place is getting darker. How can we tell genuine spiritualists from charlatans?
Oh, it's difficult now. Because most of us, or if I say most of, I'm talking on behalf of everybody. It's like we are down in our reasoning. Sorry for the language. But we are no more serious. We are no more clever. We are no more smart. We are no more intelligent. So we go to places without reasoning. But be very alert. Be conscious of yourself. Any step that you take, you get to know who is the correct person, and who is not the correct person. And we have good people, good spiritualists, spiritual people to help. They are more. We have them all over the world. Yes.
So, what will be your final, advice for the African and the African living in the diaspora?
Well, it's not just those in the diaspora. Every African. That it is time we come
back to our homes.
Back home. It is time we come back home because it is enough. We have called ourselves primitive, barbaric, satanic. We have looked down upon our skin. Whereas this is the best skin under the sun. So it is time you know yourself. It is time you know who you are, the energy, the creative law and order that is controlling you. See, you wake up today, you see people walking. What is the energy responsible, the law and order responsible for your movement, for you to be able to walk?
That's the question.
Do you know it?
No.
Yes. The energy responsible for you being walking, it is something we know. And I know it. You understand? The energy, the reason why you give birth to a child today, in a year's time you see this child growing. The energy responsible for this, I know. You must know. It is for all of us. So it is because we have left the very important things that we have, knowledge foundation, whole wisdom that we have. We have left it and say we are looking for survivor. we are looking for something from nowhere. Please. Obe anyigba majo floor. Anyigba majo floor. Na jua agajejegaja anyigba aji. If you don't perfect, you don't know who you are. You don't know where you were born. Do you think you can go to the so-called heaven? You will not go. If you don't perfect where you were born, you don't know anything about that place. You want to go to where? There is no place for you. If you go, they will sack you. You will come back here and know where you were born. You must nature there. You must know exactly what that place was made of before you can qualify to go to anywhere. So, my brothers and sisters, this is just the beginning. We will be back.
All right, viewers, you say we will be back. This is what we are going to do these days. As I said earlier, he's a researcher in African spirituality. Not just a mere researcher going to someone to learn, but he delved into spiritual realm to get knowledge, to bring down energies that will help us reason for ourselves, that will let us know why we are here and who we are here for. Toby, I forgot. You have to give out your number. Maybe someone may call you and, you know, make an inquiries or ask certain questions that we couldn't ask here. So your number.
My number is +22. Is it +22? +233. Yeah. +233.
Okay.
244 91 2383.
Okay.
+233 244 91 23983. That is 0244 91 2383. And I hope you write it down.
I'll write it under the listing. So boys, this is how our show is going to end today. And you should subscribe to Zion TV GH. Also share the videos to others so that they will know that indeed African, we are getting back track to our audience system. And it is not barbaric as he said, that people are claiming that our ancestors were barbarians. They didn't know their left and right. Now that the white man is here to teach us, to try to help us grow, he said all these things are bullshit. We are following money. It is bullshit. We have to know ourselves first, know why we are here, understand the law and order that this whole universe were made up before everything will be easy for us. So here ends our show. Till we meet again. Bye bye.
Samurai nipa bebre anase ebidimu etuto amanfo bebre edi ho adanse obi kura ka kire me se oba beboa na yaye ne factory na anyi amanfo bebre le hawo sa Samurai we me di ahaban baako 49 ane niama a betumi aboa ne pa ebeyi balok anase ebeyi nipa hawo bebre nti obi a o promise and fail obi a otale o na why sa Samurai we
Okay.
Nti na yedi chameleon eto so no chameleon no ebetimi adane at any time nti wo dwale a nia hia ni se uto Samurai na bomodian se obeto sapo foforo sa sapo no men ko ti Samurai no fa sapo no twetwen so
Wow.
ete se uti na eto fema ahaban a yedi aye Samurai no bebre asi dua so ensi fem nti wuti na waja to fem pe se no nia eto fem na hu hia so be se yusu bio nti wuto a na wato sapo upentu so a na wato tao papa me e dia ka ho menua wo dwale no mredodo bi a wa obetimi adwale nsuo no wo de dwale de hwe sisan ebe sisan wa brabo